Flualprazolam is a depressant substance from the benzodiazepine class, structurally related to alprazolam, commonly known as Xanax. While Xanax is widely recognized as a prescription medication, flualprazolam is less familiar and is not approved for medical use. Flualprazolam is a structural analog of alprazolam, meaning its molecular structure is nearly identical, with the main difference being the addition of a fluorine atom. This small change can influence how the compound interacts with the body. Flualprazolam was originally developed as a research chemical and has not been approved by regulatory agencies for medical use. It is sometimes encountered in recreational contexts due to its sedative, anxiolytic, and muscle relaxant properties. Compared to alprazolam, flualprazolam is reported to have more pronounced hypnotic and sedative effects. Users often describe increased drowsiness and a stronger urge to sleep, even at lower doses. These differences in effect profile are important to note. Flualprazolam's potency and sedative properties may not align with expectations based on other benzodiazepines. There is limited formal research on flualprazolam. Most available information comes from user reports and small-scale laboratory analyses, so the full range of its effects and risks is not yet well understood. Flualprazolam has sometimes been found in counterfeit tablets sold as Xanax. Due to its higher potency and longer duration, this can lead to unintentional exposure. Understanding the distinctions between flualprazolam and other benzodiazepines is important for making informed decisions and recognizing its unique properties. This guide will present the available information on flualprazolam, including its history, chemistry, effects, dosage, and legal status. We will also compare it to other benzodiazepines and highlight key points to consider. Staying informed about substances like flualprazolam is essential. By understanding what it is and how it works, you can make better decisions regarding your health and safety. Flualprazolam first appeared on the online research chemical market around 2017, not as a pharmaceutical development, but as a result of increased regulations on substances such as Xanax. It was synthesized in clandestine laboratories and marketed as a legal alternative for those interested in benzodiazepine effects. Flualprazolam is known for its high potency and sedative properties, which distinguish it from other substances in its class. It has sometimes been found in counterfeit pills that resemble prescription medications, leading to confusion among users. The presence of flualprazolam in unregulated products has contributed to its rapid spread and use. As a result, many countries have taken steps to regulate or control flualprazolam. The history of flualprazolam illustrates how chemical substances can emerge and adapt in response to regulatory changes. Chemically, flualprazolam is a triazolobenzodiazepine, sharing a core structure with alprazolam and triazolam. Its defining feature is a single fluorine atom on the phenyl ring, making it the fluoro analog of alprazolam. This modification can influence its potency and how it interacts with the body. The presence of the fluorine atom is thought to affect its binding to brain receptors, which may contribute to its pharmacological profile. Compared to alprazolam, flualprazolam is more potent by weight. It is also associated with a higher likelihood of causing sedation. These small chemical changes demonstrate how minor structural differences can lead to significant variations in drug effects. Flualprazolam is not simply a stronger Xanax. It is a distinct compound with its own properties. Understanding its chemistry helps provide insight into its effects and characteristics. As with any substance, it is important to be informed and cautious. Flualprazolam is a designer benzodiazepine that acts in the brain in a manner similar to other drugs in its class. It enhances the effects of GABA, the brain's primary inhibitory neurotransmitter, which helps reduce neural activity and promote relaxation. By increasing GABA's action, flualprazolam can contribute to a calming effect and reduced anxiety. The compound binds to the GABA-A receptor, a central site for benzodiazepine activity. This binding increases the receptor's sensitivity to GABA, making the brain more responsive to its inhibitory signals. As a result, users may experience sedation, muscle relaxation, and relief from anxiety, which is why benzodiazepines are often prescribed for anxiety or sleep-related conditions. Flualprazolam is reported to be more hypnotic and sedating than alprazolam, a more widely known benzodiazepine. Many users note a strong tendency toward drowsiness or sleep, even at lower doses. Its potency is higher than alprazolam, with some reports suggesting it may be up to 5 times as strong. This means that lower doses can produce pronounced effects, and attention to dosing is important. Flualprazolam also has a longer duration of action, with an extended elimination half-life compared to some other benzodiazepines. This results in effects that may persist for several hours or into the following day. Because the drug remains active in the system for an extended period, individuals may experience prolonged effects from a single dose. The variability in both potency and duration means that flualprazolam may produce different effects compared to other benzodiazepines, especially for those accustomed to less potent options. Even small amounts can have noticeable and long-lasting effects, which may differ from user to user. Flualprazolam's pharmacological profile is distinct, and understanding its properties is important for informed use. It is recommended to be aware of its strength and duration, and to consult reliable sources for further information. Dosage information for flualprazolam is primarily based on user reports and anecdotal evidence, as there is limited data from formal medical studies. This means that official dosing guidelines are not established, and individual responses can vary. Threshold effects have been reported at approximately 0.05 milligrams, which is a very small amount and may be difficult to see without precise measurement tools. A light dose is generally considered to be between 0.1 and 0.3 milligrams. Accurate measurement is important, as these amounts are quite small. Common doses are reported in the range of 0.3 to 0.5 milligrams, though sensitivity can differ from person to person. Doses above 0.5 milligrams are described as strong, and effects may increase with higher amounts. At 1 milligram or more, pronounced effects such as sedation and memory impairment have been reported. The onset of effects is typically within 20 to 40 minutes, with peak effects around 1 to 2 hours. The duration can last from 5 to 8 hours, depending on the individual and the dose. After effects, such as drowsiness and reduced coordination, may persist for up to 24 hours. Some individuals report feeling groggy or having difficulty concentrating the following day. Rebound anxiety and mood changes have also been noted after the main effects subside. The extended duration of action means that accidental redosing is possible, and interactions with other substances or medications should be considered. Using precise measurement tools is recommended, as small differences in dose can have noticeable effects. Starting with the lowest possible dose and adjusting only if necessary is advised. It is important to be aware of the duration of effects and to plan accordingly, especially if alertness is required the next day. In summary, careful measurement, awareness of individual sensitivity, and understanding the duration of effects are key when considering flualprazolam. Flualprazolam produces a range of physical and cognitive effects. Physically, it is known for strong sedation, muscle relaxation, dizziness, and, in some cases, respiratory depression. Loss of motor coordination and increased risk of falls may occur, particularly at higher doses. Some individuals report temporary erectile dysfunction, while others experience physical euphoria. Cognitively, flualprazolam can reduce anxiety and may cause memory impairment, including blackouts. Some users may underestimate their level of impairment, which can influence decision-making. Slowed thought processes and reduced emotional responsiveness are also reported. After effects can include grogginess, rebound anxiety, and irritability. In rare cases, paradoxical reactions such as increased anxiety or agitation have been observed, especially in those with pre-existing mental health conditions. Overall, flualprazolam is associated with significant sedation and reduced functioning. Awareness of these effects is important for safe and informed use. Flualprazolam is a potent benzodiazepine, with tolerance and dependence potentially developing after repeated use over a short period. Cross-tolerance to other benzodiazepines can occur, which may affect the effectiveness of similar medications. Withdrawal symptoms may include anxiety, insomnia, tremors, and in some cases, seizures. Discontinuation should be done gradually and under medical supervision to minimize risks. Overdose on flualprazolam alone is uncommon, but may result in sedation and loss of consciousness. The risk of adverse effects increases significantly when combined with other central nervous system depressants. Flualprazolam should be used with caution and only as directed by a healthcare professional. Dependence and withdrawal are possible, so medical guidance is important. Flualprazolam can interact with other substances, which may increase the risk of adverse effects. Combining flualprazolam with central nervous system depressants such as alcohol, opioids, or GHB may result in enhanced sedation and respiratory depression. When used with dissociatives like ketamine or DXM, there is a potential for increased impairment of motor control, memory, and cognition. Stimulants may mask the sedative effects of flualprazolam, which could lead to unintentional overconsumption. These combinations can place additional strain on the cardiovascular system and may increase the risk of medical complications. It is generally advised to avoid mixing flualprazolam with other substances to reduce the risk of negative interactions. Be mindful of flualprazolam's duration of action, as delayed interactions with other substances are possible. Informing others if you have taken flualprazolam can be important in case of a medical emergency. Understanding the potential risks and interactions is important for making informed decisions. Practicing caution and avoiding combinations can help minimize risks. Flualprazolam's legal classification has evolved in recent years as authorities have responded to its emergence. Originally considered a research chemical with unclear legal status, it is now regulated in many countries. In 2020, the United Nations placed flualprazolam in Schedule 2 of the Convention on Psychotropic Substances, leading to international controls. In the United States, it is classified as a Schedule 1 controlled substance, making its manufacture, sale, or possession illegal. Countries such as Germany, Poland, Turkey, and the United Kingdom have also banned or strictly regulated flualprazolam. Many governments are enacting regulations to control flualprazolam in response to its use and distribution. As a result, flualprazolam is now considered an illicit substance in numerous regions. It is important to check your local laws, as penalties for possession or distribution can be significant.